We're giving all praises. We're giving all honor. We're giving all glory to the supreme power above greatness, who illuminate the heart of his people. We're giving all honor and glory to the all-merciful Father, to the all-merciful Mother, the ones who were, the ones who are, and the ones whom shall always be. We acknowledge the presence of the ancestors. We acknowledge the presence of the office of the Christ. We acknowledge the presence of the chieftains. We acknowledge the presence of the councils, the Council of 9, the Council of 12, the Council of 22, the Council of 24, the Council of 32, the Council of 42, the Council of 72, the Council of the 144,000. And we acknowledge the city of Enoch, the great city of righteousness. We acknowledge the presence of the Rechabites, sons of Jonadab, sons of Rechab. We acknowledge the presence of the seraphim messengers, the Ophanims, the cherubims, and the Elim of the heights. We acknowledge the presence of the abiding angels. We acknowledge the presence of the guardian angels. We acknowledge the presence of all the chieftains in Makut, from Sandalphon to Metatrons, and all the chieftains in charge of prayer, in charge of deliverance, in charge of raising the people of the supreme power from bottom below consciousness into the highest heaven. We acknowledge the presence of all the angels. May the Most High bless you, keep you, and cause his face to shine upon you. May the Elohim guard you and guide you. Keep your mind stayed on the Most High supreme power, no matter what is going on in your life. Keep your eyes on the prize, which is the supreme. Life will be life. Life will happen. Things that happen in your life do not define who you are. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to the laws of the supreme. Don't let anything that happened to you change the essence of who you are. Things are destined to happen. There is a set time for visitation to help you, to remove from you the dross, to upgrade you, to uplift you, to raise you up from bottom below consciousness, to bring you up to a level where you need to be, to remove from you the mundane desires of the world. For you are the elect, the chosen. You are the ones chosen from before time. Great spirits among them were you, your father Abraham, chosen by the supreme hand, greatest among all souls, came to this earth to repopulate the chosen seed, the spiritual seed of the supreme power. This is who you are, created in the kingdom of lights by the mother and the father of light, selective spiritual breed, chosen, set apart from all the most I have seen. You are the evolutionary vehicle You do carry divine knowledge. Sent here with a mark on your forehead to receive from the supreme power of greatness personally. You are the Hebrews, a celestial 13 tribes, created to be different, created with a higher spiritual capacity. It is who you are. You are knowledge. You are the sacred site. You are the portal. You are the crystal. You are the emanation of the supreme light, the supreme power above greatness on this earth. You are the chosen, the sacred. You are truly the few, hidden among the many. The Supreme says from the golden scripts, my joy, it is to come to you. Hallelujah. It is my joy to come to you today. It is my privilege to have lived in the same time as you have. To have had the privilege and the opportunity to converse with you and you with me together in this dispensation of time. It is my joy. The Supreme says, it is my joy to come to you. You are mine on earth. You are mine on earth. You belong to me on this journey, on this spiritual path, this spiritual elevation. You are mine on earth for the purpose of attesting of me to the nations. You are here to spread my word to the nations. It is your mission to spread my word to the nation, to attest of me to the nations. You must tell the nations that I'm here with you and I sent you to attest of me to them. To tell of my power, my glory, my goodness, my benevolence, my long suffering, my compassion, who I am to the nations. Let them know my character. Let them know who I am by the way that you live your life. Let them know who I am by how you speak. Let them know who I am by how you fall. Let them know who I am by how you rise up. Let them know who I am by how you are tempted with temptations. Let them know who I am by how you do not fall into temptations. Let them know who I am by having a forgiving heart. Let them know who I am. Let them see you and see me when they see you, and hear me when you speak. You are mine on earth for the purpose of attesting of me to the nations. Hearken to my wisdom. There's some wisdom for you today. There's some wisdom I bring you today from the Most High. Hearken to the wisdom. Hearken to the wisdom of the ancient ancestors. Going back to the ways of the righteous. The ancient ways of peace. The ancient ways of gnosis. The ancient ways of greatness. Going back to the ways of the righteous. The ancient ways. The ways of Enoch. The ways of Yatsika. The ways of Naba. The ways of Seth. Going back to the ways of the righteous. Hearken to their wisdom. Hearken to the path they traversed. Hearken to their wisdom. Let their wisdom become your wisdom. Let their wisdom be a light unto your path. Let their wisdom be as a beacon of hope. Let their wisdom be the testament that you are here to affirm to the nations. For you are chosen to do so. Hearken to the wisdom. Hearken to the wisdom, beloved. Hearken to the wisdom. Hearken Hearken to the wisdom. The wisdom has come for you. The wisdom is simple. The wisdom is not coded. The wisdom is plain. The wisdom is the law of the supreme. Hearken to the wisdom of the supreme. Hearken to the wisdom of the supreme. I tell you that men are made finer with each new generation. Their progress has a swiftness. The lives of those who sound a great trumpet in this age are the lives of those who have known a greatness in past ages. How long have you been here? The people you hear now have been here before. My voice that you're hearing right now have been heard before. The lives of those who sound a great trumpet in this age are the lives of those who have known a greatness in past ages. They are reborn into this age, the spirits of mighty men. They are reborn into this age, the spirits of mighty women who have made the earth their dwelling place. They have left it full of mortal renown. These mighty men and mighty women do come once again to the powers that proclaim them. The cycle closes shortly. There are many mighty men and mighty women who mark the cycle which closes shortly. Men are born unto this age who have come from far off glamours to bear witness to their greatness. My beloved, I charge you, you do walk with immortals whom you know not of. You do walk with immortals whom you have no clue about. The people that you take for granted in your life, these are immortal mortals, but you know not of them. They do not display immortality in front of you. They go through cycles, ups and downs and obstacles. You mistaken them for regular people. The Supreme says, I charge you, my beloved, you do walk with immortals whom you know not of. Great souls are your companions. Great souls are your companions. They know not themselves who they are, but their characters proclaim them. They know not themselves who they are, but their characters proclaim them. They choose how to react to things. They can definitely take the high road or the opposite thereof. But some in them, something about them will not let them take it. Will not let them take the low road. Something about them will not let them say what comes to their mind. Because somehow there is a seed of consciousness of remembering in them. And they must always strive for the high road. They don't take baths in the mud with pigs. No. They walk away from an argument. They walk away from a situation. You can have the last word with them. It does not matter to them to whom belong the last word. What matters is peace, tranquility, kindness, Even when they don't recognize your kindness, you do it anyway. You do it to them, but you do it for the Most High. Recognize who you are and whose you are. Great souls are your companions. They know it not themselves, but the characters proclaim them. They seek fresh pathways to scatter their talents. They seek fresh pathways to scatter their talents. They will not remain stagnant. They will be missing sometimes. You will see them and you will see them not. Because they are seeking fresh pathways to scatter their talents. They have been endowed with gifts. They must stretch themselves beyond words can articulate. It is difficult, it is uncomfortable, but they must seek fresh pathways to scatter their talents. They come in and they go out to you. They come in and go out to you, and you treat with them as your brothers and your sisters. I say unto you that others come in the future. Others will come, and they belong of my company that manifest now to proclaim me to the nations. When the full days be ripened, there will be more teachers. There will be more workers in the vineyard. There will be more messages. They will take different types of forms. There will be more messengers. There will be more way makers. There will be more torchbearers. They are right now in the lab seeking fresh pathways. Someone that you knew a year ago may return a year from now, totally different. That's a new messenger with a new mindset and a new message, because the time are ripened. Men are made finer with each new generation. Others come in the future. They belong on my company that manifest now to proclaim me to the nation when the full days be ripened. They come unto you in goodly seasons and declare, brethren, we know you. Brothers and sisters, we know you. We know each other. There's a longing in me and in you that make us kin to one another. We know you. I say unto you, beloved, behold, there are those who do know you already. They come unto you saying, brethren, we love you for the word given unto us. We love you for the word given unto us. Not until the times of the great speaking shall you know their true identities. Not until the time of the great speaking shall you know the true identities of those who come to bring you the word that you love so much of. Not until the time of the great speaking shall you know the true identities of those who have come to this earth plane to manifest unto the nations of the great Holy One. I tell you that verily you have company of your kin who come upon earth to be led of your wisdom. Don't be shy of who you are. There are company of those that you know who come upon earth, spirits that you know, who chose to be incarnated in your time because they know who you are. They know you in the spirit realm as a strong spirit. They know the work you've done before, and they have chosen to incarnate in your time for the word given to them. Company of your kin who come upon earth to be led of your wisdom. This is the time for you to step forward and step into the shoes. This is your season. You have returned to complete your spiritual correction. You have a yearning in your heart that you know you have a message to share to the nation. The message is not yours. You have come to proclaim the supreme to the nations. The time is ripened. You feel it in your heart. There's something you have to do. There is something that you have to do that will take your time and effort and your resources. It's going to be very, very scary. It's going to make you afraid of doing it. You don't know how to begin. You don't know how you're going to get the resources to begin. If you do start, you don't know how you'll finish. This is the path you must take. If it does not give you trepidation, this is not the true path. If it does not take away from you, it is not the true path. Enoch says in Enoch 4, the elect desire wisdom. For that wisdom they must suffer. For that wisdom they must suffer. In the seal book of Moses, the Most High says, I can't do anything with you unless you have faith, the fullness of your trust working together to make it happen. But today I bring you a new message. Peter 1 verse 15. For this very reason, make every effort to supplement your faith with virtue. Supplement your faith with virtue. Supplement your virtue with knowledge. Today, you must supplement your faith with virtue. Supplement virtue with knowledge. You've held on to your faith too long. It's time to get knowledge. Step out in faith. Get virtue. Get knowledge. Moses told Moses, this is not the time to pray. This is the time to do. Supplement your virtue. Supplement your faith with knowledge. This is the reason why they seek fresh pathways to scatter their talents, because they are supplementing their faith with knowledge. For this very reason, make every effort to supplement your faith with virtue and virtue with knowledge. Make every effort to supplement your faith with virtue and virtue with knowledge. Still Book of Moses, page 73, number 62. Therefore, those who are born high priests among men on earth are seers, chosen seers, ordained seers by the supreme power above greatness in the spirit world. You are chosen, set apart above all that the Supreme have seen. You are created in the kingdom of lights by the mother and the father of lights, a selective spiritual breed, evolutionary vehicle carrying divine knowledge, born high priests, chosen and ordained by God in the spirit world. These seers are sent when the gospel and its doctrine change. The gospel and the doctrine does not remain the same. Substitute your faith with virtue. Substitute your faith and your virtue with knowledge. Those who are born high priests among men on earth right now, and they are seers, men and women chosen and ordained by the Supreme in the spirit world. These ones are sent when the gospel and its doctrines change, and it is necessary. It is necessary to restore the commandments of the supreme power above greatness. It is necessary to restore the church again. Between the literal descendants, between the chosen of the promise, in order to restore the keys of the presidency of the supreme power above greatness in their proper place, in accordance with the eternal course. This decree was established even before the foundations of the world. Every time the gospel goes into apostasy, every time the keys of the kingdom are spread and lost, behold, the supreme power above greatness calls a seer, and no man can be the seer unless this man be ordained by the supreme power above greatness through angels. Enoch says, the angels were my teachers. And no man can be the seer unless he be ordained by God through angels and become the greatest of all. For there can be no greater called among the children of men. There can be no greater call than a seer among the children of men. Because the keys are again brought to earth for the purpose of being redistributed to those who will be ordained by his hands to the office of high priest, so to help in matters pertaining to the administration of the church of the Supreme, distributing the corresponding keys to all those who hold office of oversight between the covenant people in their respective functions. Enoch, Yanak, Grand Elder Chibo, Yanak, Tahodi Enoch, Thoth, Hermes Trice Megistus, whatever name you have for this massive spirit, Papa Dambala, whatever name you have for this massive spirit. Let me read you something about Enoch, perhaps you have not heard. And sometimes that's how I feel. And it was in the year of Adam's death. We're in the book of Joshua in the SEER Bible, page 374. In the year of Adam's death, which was 243rd year of the reign of Yanak or Chanak. In that time, Chanak resolved to separate himself from the sons of men. And to resolve, Chanak resolved to separate himself from the sons of men and to secret himself as at first in order to serve Yahuwah. He separated himself, he secreted himself to serve the supreme power. And Chanak did so, but he did not entirely secret himself from the people. He kept away from the sons of men 3 days, and then went to them for 1 day. And during the 3 days that he was in his chamber, he prayed to, and he praised Yahuwah Elohanu. And the day on which he went and appeared to his subjects, he taught them the ways of Yahuwah. And all they asked him about Yahuwah, he told them. And he did in this manner for many years. And he afterward concealed himself for 6 days. And appeared to his people 1 day in 7. He went from 3 days. Now he's going for 6 days. And appeared 1 day in 7. And after that, he appeared once in a month. And after that, he secreted himself. He appeared once in a year. Once in a year. When you have a great calling on your life, you have to know when to fall back, when to retreat. If Enoch himself, the Grand Elder Yanak, didn't have much to say every day, even every week, even every month, I definitely don't. He secreted himself a whole year and appeared once in a year until all the kings, all the princes, all the sons of men sought for him and desired again to see the face of Chanak and to hear his words. but they could not hear his words. Because he secreted himself in order to serve Yahuwah, seeking new pathways to expand his talent. They could not hear the words of Chanakh, as all the sons of men were greatly afraid of Chanakh, and they feared to approach him on account of the Elohim, like awe that was seated upon his countenance. Therefore no man could look at him, fearing he might be punished and die. Pay attention now, pay attention, family. I came here to show you something. Let's jump down to 23. Now, Enoch were teaching all the kings and princes and all their families, everybody who was somebody, wanted to be taught by Chanakh. Let's go back to 22. And the day came when Chanakh went forth, and they all assembled and came to him. And Chanakh spoke to them the words of Yahuwah, and he taught them wisdom, he taught them knowledge. And they bowed down before him, and they said, "May the king live. May the king live." And in some time after, when the kings and princes and the sons of men were speaking to Chanakh, and Chanakh was teaching them the ways of Elohim, behold, pay attention now, behold, an angel of Yahuwah then called unto Chanakh from heaven. As Chanakh were teaching, an angel of the supreme power appeared unto Chanakh and called unto him from heaven, and wished to bring him up to heaven, to make Chanakh reign in heaven over the sons of Elohim. Enoch was so nice on this earth. He was so powerful. The angels from heaven called on Enoch, wishing to bring him up to heaven to make him reign over the angels. As he reigned over the sons of men upon earth. Who are you? What purpose, what calling is on your life that even the angels can wait to call upon you for you to teach them? In the golden scripts it is stated, the words that you speak are not for you alone. They are for countless of souls unborn. As Enoch was teaching them the ways of Elohim, behold, the angel of Yahuwah then called unto Chanakh from heaven, and wished to bring him up to heaven, to make him reign there over the B'nai Elohim, over the sons of Elohim, as he ruled over the sons of men upon earth. When Enoch heard this, he assembled all the inhabitants of the earth and taught them wisdom and knowledge and gave them divine instructions. Are you living a life in such a way that the angels want to learn from you? Mosiah told Enoch, remember to repent every time you come into my presence. Enoch was no different from us. He was just a rather die. He knew what he knew his purpose in life. From when he was a child, his mother, Baraka the worshiper, was led to a cave to retrieve some artifact for Enoch. Baraka the worshiper was a mother of other seers because Enoch became the first of his generation. Scribe of righteousness. Naba went to be the doula and the midwife to deliver Enoch from the womb of his mother to bring him in this earth. And Semyaza wanted to kill Enoch upon his arrival as a child, as a baby. Yahatzikad, whom you used to know as Adam, prayed for Naba and her daughter as they were assisting Baraka the worshipper with the birth of Enoch. Great revelations were spoken on his life. Enoch knew that the words that he was speaking was not for his generation, but it was for a generation in the far future. Your generation, our generation. Just as in the Cobran, the writers, the ancient elders say in the Cobran, this we give you, the ancient writings. We assign them to the ground in destiny, hoping that they will come forth at the proper time in a respective generation. They were persecuted for their writings. They hid them in the earth. They said we assign them to the ground in destiny, praying, hoping that one day these writings shall come forth at the proper time when they are needed and in a generation that would receive them. You are that generation. Let's go now to another record from the Yellow Emperor. It's titled The Yellow Emperor's Canon of Medicine. We read, this is a conversation between the Yellow Emperor, who is Noah, and Sheba, who is Enoch, Yanak. The Yellow Emperor asked Sheba, I heard that true men in ancient times could pick out the essentials from heaven and earth, grasp the principles of yin and yang, inhale pure energy, guard their spirits with great care, and retain their muscles as natural as ever. The book is called the Jing. This is the greatest book on medicine ever written. Find you a copy of the Jing. We are reading from the Jing, page 67. True men from ancient times could pick out the essentials from heaven and earth, grasp the principles of yin and yang. We have to do a video on the principles of yin and yang. True men from ancient times inhale pure energy, guard their spirits with great care, and retain their muscles as natural as ever. The longevity of such true men could wear out heaven and earth, because their lives seemed endless, which may be attributed to their adherence to to the principles of the Tao's lifestyle. Pay attention to the categories of men. The ancients, most of them, when they had to die, especially the patriarchs, for example, let's just talk about them, they died in their strength. They did not die sick and withered. They died in their strength, as all the patriarchs, Moshe, all of them. So we talked about the true man. Their longevity can wear out heaven and earth. Now let's go to the ultimate man. The Yellow Emperor speaks. He says, in ancient times, ultimate man endeavored to master Tao by their pure and honest virtue. Ultimate men in ancient times endeavored to master the Tao by the pure and honest virtues. Ultimate men in ancient times endeavored to master Tao, sort of like the Essenes, to master the way, the cosmic Tao, the way of nature, the way of the cosmos. Creative energy emerging from the supreme power. The Tao is a natural way of the universe. This is the reason why Enoch was saying to the fallen watchers, you transgress, you endure not patiently, and you want to achieve greatness. Meanwhile, the heavenly luminaries, the sun, the moon, the stars, they do not change their orbits. This is the message for you today. Do not change your orbits. Learn from the true man. Learn from the ultimate men of ancient times who mastered the way by the pure and honest virtues. The ultimate men could therefore stay in harmony with yin and yang, adjust to the 4 seasons. They stayed away from the mundane world and their customs. Ultimate men accumulated their pure energy and perfected their spirits. They traveled in between heaven and earth and observed things. They were able to hear sounds that come from 8 different directions, made in far-off places. Such things contribute to their longevity and their strength. Just like the true men, the ultimate men are dedicated to the Tao's lifestyle. They stayed away from the mundane world and customs, accumulated their pure energy, perfected their spirits, traveled in between heaven and earth, and observed things. The next category of men is called the sages. The sages manage to live in harmony with heaven and earth and adjust to the trends of 8 winds. Ultimate men hear sounds that come from 8 different directions. The sages live in harmony with heaven and earth, adjust to the trends of 8 winds. This concept of 8 sounds and 8 winds go hand in hand with traditional ancient Cathar, traditional Chinese medicine, where it goes into so much more. It requires its own time to break down. Okay? It goes in deep sounds, waves, vibration, frequency, energy, with the visceral organs, with the body, with the mind, with the spirit. It's deep. The sages adjust to the trends of 8 winds. They satisfy their moderate desires in the mundane world. The sages have no mind of anger. They act as if they were parts of the mundane world. And they wear ordinary clothes and hats. The sages conducted themselves freely without paying too much attention to the customs of the mundane world. Sort of like be in the world, but you are not part of it. You're doing business in the world, you're moving in the world, but you're not of the world. These were the sages. Conducted themselves freely without paying too much attention to the customs of the mundane world. For this reason, they are not burdened with excessive physical works. They are not burdened with excessive physical efforts necessary to keep up with the Joneses. Nor are they too much concerned about the mundane world. You know how everyone is telling you to invest, 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 make money, make money, make money, chase, 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 get money, get money, get money, get money. To what end? When is enough enough? Sure, you need money. Yes, you must earn an income, whether through an investment, whether through a 9 to 5. But don't do it at the detriment of your health and wellness. Once your health, peace, wellness is affected because you are too concerned with making money or the affairs of the mundane world, then it's time to reassess your values. You spend your whole life working to make money on that level. Then you're gonna spend all that money seeking for one day of health. Was it worth it? For this reason, the sages are not burdened with excessive physical efforts necessary to keep up with the mundane world. nor are they too much concerned about the mundane world. They took simple enjoyments as their tasks and simple contentment as their achievements. Consequently, their bodies were not worn out, nor their spirits dissipated. They were able to live over 120 years old. These are your patriarchs. Issachar chose an easy life. Zebulun was a busybody making money, but yet he knew the principles of yin and yang. The sages were able to live over 120 years old. And the next category of people is the virtuous men. Virtuous men follow the principles of heaven and earth. Model their lives on the sun and the moon. Differentiate the arrangements of stars. Greet yin and yang in order to stay in harmony with them. And they are able to differentiate the 4 seasons. Virtuous men learned as much as possible from their ancestors. Woo. Virtuous men, going back to the ways of the ancestors, the ancient ways of the Tao. Virtuous men learned as much as possible from their ancestors, which is why they were able to stay in harmony with the Tao like their ancestors. Let's go to Deuteronomy 32 verse 7. Deuteronomy 32 verse 7. I repeat. Virtuous men learn as much as possible from their ancestors. Deuteronomy 32 verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show you. Ask thy elders, and they will tell you. Let's keep reading. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Higherheartcpr, and he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of the Yahudims. For the supreme's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show you. Your elders, and they will tell you. See? Virtuous men learn as much as possible from their ancestors. Let's check out Proverbs 22 verse 17. Bow down thy ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply thy heart unto my knowledge. For it is a pleasant thing if you keep them within you. They shall withal be fitted in thy lips, that my trust may be in the supreme power. I have made known to you this day, even to you, beloved, Have not I written to you excellent things in counsels and knowledge, that I might make known the certainty of the words of truth, that you might answer the words of truth to them that send unto you? So now, we got these precepts. Do not remove the ancient pillars. Virtuous men learn as much as possible from their ancestors, which is why they were able to stay in harmony with the way, with the path, with the Essene path, with Tao, like their ancestors did. By this way, virtuous men were able to live as long as possible, just like Enoch and Methuselah. Those generation of people, these were virtuous men. The Jing, the greatest book on medicine ever written, still here, still here this day, still here in action. Are you a virtuous man? Are you the sages? Are you the ultimate men? Or are you the true men? You may be neither one of them. But this is the new knowledge. The old knowledge, new knowledge. How do you get to be a true man? So you can have longevity that can wear out heaven and earth. How could you obtain the status of an ultimate man who travel in between heaven and earth to observe things and hear sounds that come from 8 different directions, which contribute to your longevity and your strength? How do you get to the level of the sages who had no mind of anger, who could care less about the mundane worlds, who lived 120 years old? How about the virtuous men who could live as long as possible? One of the ways to do that is to quiet the mind, quiet the body, remove unnecessary desires, maintain a peaceful life. Sometimes it comes with separation. Live your truth. Live according to law. Because once you transgress, that's the sin. You activate the effect. The laws of cause and effect. What is the laws of cause and effect? Well, it is the effect that follows the cause. Once you violate the laws of cause and effect, you are going to experience in your life, you will begin to experience in your life the effect of the transgression of that cause, which was the law. Live according to yin and yang, heaven and earth, the way, the Tao, principles of truth. One of the things you can start doing is to do effective meditation, which I'll share with you as I've shared with you before. You can start to incorporate in your daily routine Tai Chi and Qigong. Tai Chi and Qigong. You can start to incorporate these types of principles in your life, which target specific organs and whole body parts, which targets the central nervous system, which targets the cardiac system, the lymphatic system, the musculoskeletal system, which help and strengthen your kidneys and your lungs, your bowels, your large intestine, your small intestine, your spleen. your gallbladder, your urinary bladder, your stomach, your phalanges, your eyes, your brain. Tai Chi and Qigong is the exercise of the ancient people. We can go further, but I just leave it here for today. There's way more principles you can apply. Moses said, keep your mind stayed on me. Put me in everything you do. So if you have to put the Messiah in everything you do, there are certain things you can't do. Because the Messiah, the supreme power, is so pure and awesome. Filthiness cannot come near him. Or near her. Filthiness cannot come near the supreme. Sin cannot come near the supreme. This is the reason why the supreme power of greatness sent himself as a man in the flesh. The Most High sent himself as a man in the flesh. He walked the earth as a man. For you are the portal, the crystal, the sacred site. You are the temple, you are the body. Most High says, if you destroy this body, I will destroy you. Why? Because you're destroying the temple where the Most High dwells. Respect this temple. Treat it with kindness. Treat it with compassion, patience. Treat it with love. Feed it good nutrition. Right now, while it's summertime, look for farms. Buy your vegetables from the farms, not from the supermarket. Get it from the farm to your table, from the ground to your plate. Leave the supermarkets alone during the summer. There are certain things you have to get there, like your oils or whatever, but your vegetables, your fruits, look for a farm. Get your watermelon from the farm. Get your melons from the farm. Get your blueberries from the farm. Get your cherries from the farm. Get your peaches from the farms. Get your carrots, your onions, your potatoes, your corn. Get these from the farms. While they are in season, if you live in a place that you experience all seasons, that you can't really grow food throughout the year, begin to treat your body better. You know? It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. Life will happen. But you have to do self-care. Self-care is important. You are no good to anyone if you are not healthy. You're not even good to yourself. Take care of yourself. Put the phone down sometimes. If you can't walk, move where you at. Move your arm on the bed. Move your leg on the chair. Move your head side to side. Movement makes the chi move. Stagnation of chi, stagnation of energy causes sickness, causes pain. Where there's pain, there's stagnation of chi. There's blood stasis. Blood is not moving. Chi, energy needs to move. After a meal, don't sit down on the couch to watch TV. Take a walk. Even if you're walking back and forth in the house, the foods are not going to get stuck in your large intestine. You're going to help the stomach and the spleen do their work. And the small intestine. You got to take better care of yourself so that you can live a long life. Musa says, those who know me, you know what? When you call upon me, I will answer you. I will honor you with long life. I will satisfy you. So on that note, let's go to the book of the Grandmothers, chapter 8, page 252, number 28. Learn to know the Urkadeshi. Learn to know the earthly mother angels and what they teach you. These are about the plants and the vegetables. What health benefits can you get from beets if you are anemic? Can beets and carrot help restore your blood? What can broccoli do for you? Learn to know the Urkadeshi and what they teach you and what they have to impart to you. You and the Urkadeshi will find wonderful fulfillment in your creation together, because both of you have been created to walk in your lives together. You are soulmates with the vegetables and the fruits. They rejoice together with you in your spirit, and they rejoice to behold a person who walks in the image of Enoch said. This is why the people were afraid to look at Enoch, because of the Elohim or like disposition that was on his face. He looked like a god, like he had power. It showed in his face, in his body. When they looked at him, they saw something that they did not recognize, that brought fear in their heart. And because of that fear, it caused them to reverence, to show respect and admiration. The Urkadeshi walk with you in your spirit. They rejoice to behold a person who walks in the image of Enoch said, both in their body, in their spirit. And the earthly mother angels will sustain you in health. You see that? They will sustain you in health and in holiness of heart and in the truth. Now, who are the Dekadeshi? The archons are the fast food. These are the enemies of Enoch said. McDonald's, wherever the fast food places that are out right now. People go to eat from Wendy's and different things. Little Caesar's pizza. These are your Dekadeshi. These are your archons. These are the enemies of Enoch said, the supreme. You know? How could you love and cling to and be sustained by the enemies of the Most High and be found to walk also with the Most High in this life or in the life to come? You know? You gotta clean up your actions. Clean up your nutrition. It's never too late. Today is a great day to start. Today is a great day to begin. Okay? Virtuous men, true men, sages. You and I can become either one in this lifetime. This is the message that I bring you today. More to come in due time. All praises to the supreme power above greatness, who illuminate the heart of his people. Yah Shalom. Until next time.